Welcome to Weapon Blueprint, the weekly series where I, gasoline based, take you through every weapon in TF2 and put them up for review for your pleasure. This time we got an old faithful Demoman weapon, the Chargin Targe. Oh yeah, this is the holy grail for every demo night. And I'm gonna teach you everything there is about the Charge in this video. This video consists of 4 sections. The first section covers both the history of the weapon, both in the real world as well as in the TF2 universe, and the appearance of the weapon, often related to the history of it. The second section talks about the stats and gameplay mechanics that the weapon provides. There will be made comparisons with both stock weapons and other unlocks, as well as in-depth analysis of the damage and timers that the weapon provides. The third weapon opens discussion about beneficial strategies using the weapon, featuring gameplay of the weapon itself. This section is open to discussion as I can only speak my own opinion, so feel free to express your opinion in the comment section below the video. Let's get a bit of history about the Charge going. The name Chargin Targe comes from the word charging and targe, not a big surprise. Targe is an old English name for a shield used in the medieval times, but it was also notably used in the 17th and 18th century in the Scottish Highlands. Targes would often bear a clan logo on them, hence why the TF2 logo is painted on the Chargin Targe. The Scottish Highlanders were famous for their reckless charges wielding one-handed claymores and targes upon charging towards their enemy. The Targe was introduced into TF2 in the War Update on day 4 together with the Islander. It should come as no surprise that the Islander and the Chargin Targe plays very well together, in addition to the custom-made melee weapons made specifically for both the Targe and the Splendid screen. The Targe clearly appeals to more melee and up-close strategy. Its charge allows you to close the distance between you and a target with high speed to take them out. Let's take a look at the stats, shall we? Okay, so on the actual weapon it says plus 50% fire damage resistance on wearer and plus 40 explosive damage resistance on wearer. The immune to the effects of afterburn, and all fire gain increased attack power by charging towards your enemies. Now this is all good, but this doesn't tell us a whole lot about the weapon, so I got some other facts for you. The interval between charges is 12 seconds, unless you're using the Persian Persuader, in which case it's half to 6 seconds. The Targe itself has a base damage of 50, and it will mini-crit on 68 damage. The Targe hits an enemy at the end of the charge only, because if it hits the enemy before, then it will do no damage whatsoever. When charging, the demo reaches a speed of 750 hammer units per second, unless the Scotsman Skull Cutter is equipped, in which case this value is 637.5 hammer units per second. This also means that the charge distance is lowered significantly if you're using the axe. In comparison, the Scout runs at a speed of 400 hammer units per second, so if you charge normally, it's almost double Scout speed. If the Islander is used, these values apply instead. While it may seem like a straight upgrade on paper, you have to remember what you were giving up. In many cases, the sticky bomb launcher acts as the Demoman's primary source of damage, making the demo much more of a pick class with the Chargin Targe. The Targe is nothing without a good melee weapon, and there are plenty to choose from, each providing a sub-playstyle of the Demo Knight or the half Demo Knight. The usual go-to melee for Demo Knights is just the Islander, because it was designed to be used that way. It even has shield-specific stats that won't work using the sticky bomb launcher or the Scottish Resistance. In addition to the charge and a melee, the player must also need to pick a primary weapon, generally of 2 categories, half Demo Knight or full-on Demo Knight. The Demo Knight will wear either the bootlegger or the wee booties to gain extra health and a big increase in turning ability when charging. The half Demo Knight, on the other hand, is often seen with a lock and load, but can also wield the stock grenade launcher. Generally, the Demo Knight is a lot more predictable than the half Demo Knight, since he only has one means of attacking, which is up close. The half Demo Knight, while he can take less damage because he has less health, can also dish out a lot more himself, and approach fights either from afar with his launcher or up close with his melee weapon. My personal recommendation for Demo Knights is using the Persian Persuader or the Clade. You can obviously use the Highlander, but it puts you at a much bigger risk because of the low health you're starting with and lack of initial benefit from the other weapons. However, if you can survive long enough to obtain a few heads, the Highlander is a very powerful weapon that should not be underestimated. If you're running the half Demo Knight, either with lock and load or the grenade launcher, I just suggest play with the Highlander. The reason for this is if you have just decent aim, it's very powerful on a very high streak. You can use your primary weapon to hurt people and finish them off with a sword and a charge if you need to. On 6 head, you're wicked fast and super buff, and you have a grenade launcher at hand. I personally enjoy this half Demo Knight playstyle, played a lot in pub experience. I tried with Ullapul Caber, and surprisingly it's not as interesting to play with. I prefer it with a sticky jumper, giving it an even bigger element of a surprise. Well, congratulations, you made it till the end of the video. And by now I hope you learned a bit about the weapon itself. If you have any notes or opinions, feel free to leave it in the comments, it's free for everyone. This was the very first video in this series and I hope to improve it a lot over the coming videos. But leaving a like really motivates me a lot to make the next episodes, so I hope you'll do that if you indeed did like it. If you didn't like it, then please leave a comment why you didn't like it. All in all, I hope to see you in the next video and I hope you enjoyed this one. Goodbye.